with Media Unlocked. Today we're going to be helping you identify the different components that affect the stabilization of your FLICKR system, specifically the vest and arm system. We have a few different key things with the arm that you want to be looking for whenever you're setting things up. With the springs, you need to be able to adjust the springs. On some systems, there's like a knob on the outside that adjusts the springs. On this one, there's a knob on the inside. And basically, the springs help the different weights of the cameras. Whether you're flying with a DSLR or you're flying with, a bigger camera, you want to be able to balance that weight for ultimate stabilization. With this piece here, there's two screws that help when it's plugged into the vest, which I'll show you later when I have it on. They adjust where the camera sits when you're in a resting position. You want the camera to be pretty close to you, but you also want it to, if you let go of the camera, you don't want it to be slinging all over the place. So these two knobs right here help adjust the up and down motion, and then the two knobs on the vest help adjust the forward and back motion, which I'll get into a little bit later. Now for the vest, you want to be able to have it secured to your body pretty firmly, and you want to position the arm and all the weight going towards your hips. So depending on how tall your torso is, you have the many adjusters here, but you want to put all the pressure on your hips because that's your center of gravity, and that's where you're going to be most comfortable, and it's not zinging into your back. If you're doing an all-day Steadicam thing, you don't want to be dealing with your back being sore for pushing off your weight to your back. You want to put all the pressure and all the weight towards your hip, and it'll be a more comfortable flying experience. All right, so now I'm going to put on the vest. Most systems, there's just clips on the sides. Everything's pretty easy and pretty detachable, but all right, cool. So this is a little bit incorrect for my body type. The guy that was flying it earlier has a taller torso than me. So basically I need to adjust here, bring it down to where it fits pretty snug, and basically you just want about a finger's height in between your straps, so you can still get in here and just kind of just makes it really comfortable, but it also needs to be pretty secure to your body. Now for the arm, what we mentioned earlier, when you plug it in, the four knobs here adjust the forward and backwards motion. So basically you want to try to you want it secure, but you also want the arm to be able to, once you have the camera on the arm, you want the camera to rest right here. So again, these two knobs right here control the forward and backwards motion, and you can kind of tell from the top, if this one's in more or out more, it's going to move like that. So now these two knobs on the inside, they're going to do the up and down motion. So if you scroll it out, it's going to adjust this here, which helps the camera, will counterbalance the camera that way. Now, so right now the camera is pretty well balanced. It's still pulling away from me a little bit. When you have your system on, you want it to rest right here and be able to either use your hips to kind of control it. You don't want it to be going anywhere by itself. So here I'm moving a little bit forward, so I want to adjust my knobs so that the camera's not going as forward. So yeah, just simple little things to help make your flying experience and give you a lot better shots. As for the springs, this camera, it's already been tested for this, so you want to have a pretty wide motion of where you can fly from. These springs have been adjusted to this camera, but if you have a heavier camera, you want to have the tension in the springs more so that it'll hold the camera a little bit higher. So that's the basic components of this arm and vest Glidecam system. Again, just a recap real quick. These two knobs control the forward and backwards motion of the camera in its resting position. The two knobs here control the left and right of the camera's resting position. Again, you want the camera to rest pretty much right here at your side. You don't want it to be too high or too low so that you can't see the back of the viewfinder. So for the height of the camera, you want to adjust the springs. This one adjusts from the inside, others adjust on the outside, and it either forward or back, multiple points. For the vest, you want it to be tight, but you want to be able to reach inside with your fingertips and not have it too tight. You want all the weight for this bottom portion. You want the weight to be pushing towards your hips, so that if you're walking, you want the camera at your center of balance, which is at your hips. So technically, you should be able to control the camera's movement with your hips. So yeah, so that's the basic components of this video. What we'd like to do is, if this video gets popular and we get a lot of feedback and a lot of your input on what you guys need to know and what we can inform you on, we'd like to talk about more of the gimbal and this portion of the Steadicam, and actually showing you some actual Steadicam techniques and some workshops, and pretty much some exercises you can do at home to strengthen your Steadicam experience. So yeah, check us out, Media Unlocked.